Marketing management, the principles of marketing. Hi, I'm Dave Alexander. Is marketing an unnecessary expense? A question that's asked so many times, generally by people not in the marketing department. Okay, well, today we'll be looking at the importance of marketing to an organisation, creating value for our customers, and recognising the impact that an effective marketing function can have in generating value for that customer. So the overview for today's session: estimating customers' needs, wants, expectations and exceeding them, understanding what customer value is, and how marketing brings benefits to an organisation. So what is marketing? Well, the Chartered Institute of Marketing. So what is marketing? The Chartered Institute of Marketing in the UK define marketing as a management process concerned with identifying, anticipating and satisfying customers' requirements profitably. Okay, we're all in business to make money, so we need to have an eye on that long-term future, on that long-term profit. However, to meet that profit, we also need to identify and anticipate our customers' needs, because they're ever-changing. Our customers' needs and wants are ever-changing. Our customer doesn't always know what it is they need or want. And we have to remember that customers can be very fickle and they change their mind very quickly. Now it says here to satisfy those requirements. I'm very much a strong advocate of not just satisfying our customer requirements. Because what does satisfaction mean? Satisfaction means okay. It means all right. Mediocre. Would you buy a product or a service from a company that's just mediocre? No, I don't think so. We should be delighting customers, not just satisfying them, but we need to recognise their needs, wants and expectations and exceed them. Go over and above and actually delight them. And that will lead to customer loyalty. That will lead to more profit in the long term. So it's not just about customer satisfaction, it's about customer delight. Now, to get that customer delight, it is argued that we should be a market-oriented organisation. There are several other orientations that your company may be. It may be sales-oriented, all about that quick-term win. Okay, let's get the sales in now. Let's make a quick profit now, but not focusing on the long term. You may be product-oriented. Let's just focus on the product. This is what we make, and that's what we'll sell, and we'll create demand for it. You could be CSR, corporately, socially, responsibly oriented, and focus on ethics and the environment and get your profit from that. However, I think we should be market-oriented. And to be market-oriented, you need to focus on these 4 areas. First of all, yes, we need to focus on the customer. We need to focus on their needs, their expectations, their wants, and how they're changing. We also need to focus on our competitors. We need to know what it is they're doing, how they're reacting to our strategies, how we'll react to theirs. We must focus on the competitor. We must also focus on having long-term profits, and I've mentioned that already. That's why we're in business. That's why we're in business. So we need to focus on ensuring that by focusing on the customer and the competitor, we have a sustainable business model. And finally, we need to focus on having interfunctional teams within the organisation. The left hand needs to know what the right hand is doing. They need to be able to understand each department and understand what it is they do. We must draw on their expertise. Otherwise, we'll end up developing products that actually isn't possible, because research and development or engineering or production will say, actually, we can't do that. It's not possible. We may come up with great campaigns in the marketing department, great campaigns, that's going to cost a couple of £1 million. Well, if the finance department aren't involved, if they're not working interfunctionally with us, then we won't know if we've got that couple of £1 million to spend. So to be truly market-oriented, according to Nava and Slater, these are the 4 areas that we must focus on. There are several areas where you can have competitive advantage. It could be that you have a superior product. It could be that your product is completely unique. However, it can be much more vague than that. Competitive advantage could be that you have global experience, and perhaps your competitors don't. It could be that you have great intellectual property with your staff. That could be your competitive advantage. It could be your excess of resources. You have a load of funds that you can develop new products, new innovative products. Competitive advantage could also come from your price. Maybe you have a low-cost operation and you pass that low cost onto your consumer. So you have a great quality product, but at a much lower price than anyone else. So there are loads of areas you can have competitive advantage. It could be really strong brand. Maybe your brand is much stronger than anyone else's. Maybe that's your competitive advantage. Maybe it's the value that your consumer gets from buying your product. And what do I mean by value? Well, value isn't just price. Isn't just the price that we put on that ticket that our consumer sees. Value is much more. Value is about the added benefits that your consumer gets. Now, that added benefit could be a peace of mind. Maybe, like in the car industry, you have an extra long warranty. Maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years. So you're giving your consumer that peace of mind that when they buy your product, they know that if anything goes wrong in that time frame, then they can take the product back, get it fixed, no quibble. So it could be that peace of mind. It could be, if we're thinking about perhaps power drills or something like that, it could be that you're not really selling power drills or 1/4-inch drills. What you're really selling is that 1/4-inch hole in the wall for people to put the picture up or the mirror, make their house look much nicer. That's what we're really selling in that instance. We're not selling drills. And without getting too deep, that maybe with mobile phones, we're not really selling phones, but we're selling communication. We're selling friendship. We're selling family connections. We're not selling a phone. We're selling all the other intangible benefits, and that is how our consumers see value. So it's not just price. It's not just the product. It's not the features. And it's not just your competitive advantage. It's the added benefit your consumer will get. That's what we're selling. It may be intangible, but that is what's important. That's what's important to our consumers, and therefore it needs to be important to us. So how does marketing contribute to an organisation? Marketing is the only function within an organisation that brings money in. It's marketing that sets the prices. It's marketing that makes awareness of our product or service. And if no one's aware of our product, then they won't buy it. And therefore no money will be generated. It's marketing that's responsible for communication. And I don't just mean with our customer. We're responsible for communication throughout the whole organisation, throughout all those departments, internally, externally to our consumer, externally to our shareholders, to our community groups, to all the other interested stakeholders. It's us that communicates. We do create awareness, as I've mentioned. And it's marketing through market research that helps us anticipate and understand what it is our customer needs, what they want, what they desire. That's what marketing brings to an organisation. So it's no longer enough to satisfy your customers. You must delight them, as I mentioned earlier on. Customer delight, benefit, value, These are the words that strong marketers use all the time, every day. Not features, but benefits and customer value. It's Marketing Management, Principles of Marketing. I'm Dave Alexander. Thanks very much.